So, this afternoon, Susmita and I are going to talk together about comparing a little bit the Indian education system and the Canadian education system, just to think about the student experience of the Indian students when they first get here. Now, Susmita, I know that the Indian education system is very diverse, and so there's no one system, that each state has its own way of doing things, which is similar to what happens in Canada. But if you were to just pinpoint some things that are generally true in India that might have an impact on students moving to Canada, what would you mention? What would be your list?
There are four basic things that I have observed. The first thing is the work in groups and pairs. Second one, the concept of plagiarism. Third one is assignments and exams format. And the fourth one is technology.
Okay, so there are a number of issues. Let's take the first one. You talked about groups and pairs. So did you ever work in groups when you were studying in India?
No, we have no. The thing is not like that. We did not work that way. The way we are working here.
Okay.
Because in every subject we have to complete once or twice a group work.
Okay.
Work in pairs, work in group presentation, group assignment. I got opportunity once to work in a group, but that was very less if you compare India and Canada in that way. So it's very less. The group work or working in pairs. That's very less.
So there's a lot less group work.
Yeah.
So does that mean you don't like group work? How has it been for you adjusting to group work in Canada?
It was a very exciting and new thing for us because, as I mentioned you earlier, that we had less opportunity to working in pairs or groups. So here we are enjoying, and on the other hand, we are learning new things, that how to manage tasks, how to coordinate with each other, how to resolve conflicts. So these are the things we are learning, working in pairs or working in groups.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you also talked a little bit about, or you mentioned plagiarism. So without judging the Canadian education system, without judging the Indian education system, let's just talk about how the two systems are different. What is the difference between how you would write a paper in India and in Canada?
In India, our system was paper-based more, and here the system is different. Like it is more focused on technology-based. So in India, we used to submit assignments in hard copy. And in before semester, after semester, we used to submit once or twice in a year. Here, in every week, we have to submit average twice or thrice. So if you calculate at the end of the month, it is near about dozen or more than dozen. So it's a huge pressure for us to complete and submit and meeting the deadline.
Ah, so you're talking about the number of assignments. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Number of assignment is too much here for us.
Okay.
Because we are not habituated of submitting assignment twice or thrice, or sometimes two assignment in one day. So
And that's more than you would have been used to.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you managing?
We are managing because we don't have any other way. We have to meet the deadline 11:59. We have to submit before that. If we don't submit, the Dropbox is gone.
Okay.
And then you have to provide exact reason why you failed to submit. So yeah, we are learning. We are learning, and we are trying to manage ourselves not to miss any assignment.
Okay. So plagiarism.
Yeah.
Can you tell a little bit that once you've submitted those assignments, how is it different in terms of citing sources?
In India, we used to collect information from various sources, like from Google, Wikipedia, or some journal, article, research paper. We used to copy matters. We used to utilize those informations, but we never had any kind of a factor like that. If you are taking stuffs from others and you are not mentioning the sources exactly from where you got the information, you retrieve the information, it will fall under the category of plagiarism. Okay. We had no concept of this kind of plagiarism, but here we are learning that if you are not mentioning, then you will be penalized for that. Okay. The teacher will mark you that you plagiarized. So it's a new concept for us, the plagiarism, and of course the bibliography references, in-text citation. These stuffs are new, so we are learning these things.
So if I had to ask you, and I'm not asking for everybody now, just for you, what do you find the most challenging about this new system of citing sources?
First thing is we had to learn. I had to learn how to give references, how to write format in APA format and all those format, and how to make bibliography, because we never use this kind of stuff that we need in-text citation. Each time you have to keep in mind that you need to, if you are taking something from Wikipedia or any other sources, you must and you should mention the sources.
Okay.
The citation, the mentioning of the sources exact, that is important.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I have to be too much careful if I are taking stuffs.
Okay.
That's a new thing.
Okay. So, and the last thing that you mentioned was technology. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences between India and Canada in terms of the use of technology?
We used to have a computer in our subject, but the system was not based on completely on technology. Here, what we are doing, we are submitting assignment in Dropbox. We are hardly using copy, pen, pencil, paper, eraser. We are hardly using these stuffs, but here in India, we use more paper, pencil, eraser, pen, rather than technology, rather than Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So this is the different thing. We are using more MS Office package, internet and net-based stuff, technology-based stuff here.
Okay.
That's the basic difference.
So do you find that you can't succeed in a Canadian education system because of the technology? Is it stopping you from achieving your goals?
No, I don't think so, because we are more or less, we are all habituated a bit that using technology back in from our home country, because we already had computer in our subject from schools.
Okay.
So we are habituated of using this, but we are not habituated of using it as a purpose of study.
Okay.
Like giving exam, you are what we are facing here, that e-text, reading e-text. We are not habituated of reading e-text, text idiom. We never had this thing. We used to have books, hard copy. So this is a new thing. Also, we never had experience, especially I don't know about other students, but particularly I can tell about myself that the using lab, accounting, submitting these things, all those lab things, online lab things, this is a new stuff for us.
Okay.
So we never had this kind of thing here. Also, the exam format was, here in India we used to give exam half yearly or semester exam. It was just kind of once we are giving exam, not before a semester, like two exam is before semester and 3 exam is in the semester. So there is a part by part exam.
Okay.
Part by part assignments. So
Okay,
the system
so-
was different.
Okay, so you have a lot more formative assessments along the way here.
Yeah.
So tell me, how is it going then? Here you are, you're learning all the content and you're learning how we study in Canada, all the different processes. How is it going for you and for your classmates?
In the beginning it was difficult for us, the e-Conestoga stuff, and there are lots of portals, My Career, Conestoga, OneDrive, Outlook. So many stuffs are there. So we are facing difficult in the beginning. It was hard. But now it's fine. It's
Okay.
completely, we are comfortable of using these things, and it's kind of cakewalk for us now. We are completely habituated, used to of it. So we are not having any problems. So it's been 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
So and I think other students also are not having that much problem, the
Okay.
way they are used to feel in this September, the
Okay.
beginning of this
Well, that's good
yeah,
news.
class.
Susmita, thank you very much for sharing with us.
Thanks.